EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway here on EA Sports. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Brissett. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Truly one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league, who's willing to do whatever it takes to win and plays through a lot of adversity and continues to do it at a high level in his high 30s, trying to make another run at the Super Bowl here in his 17th season.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it actually serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
27-yard line.
To throw, Brissett. Got his man, it's Dortch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
No gain on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Rams 1st down. A gain of 7.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Play action. Stafford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Stafford. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Rams 7.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
2nd and a couple. The give is to DiMercato. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
3rd and 2. Brissett now. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Brissett sets to throw it. They'll set up the screen to DeMercado. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Brissett, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First catch of the game for Adams, and he's got a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
Waste of time.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw is Stafford.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
A gain of 12. And the Rams first down.
In motion right goes Adams. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
2 yards to go, second down.
That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. They give it to Williams, running right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
A 23-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The football going back over to Arizona now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
To throw is Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's DiMercado. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Brissett. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Brissett. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now as he gets to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
On the ground, it's DiMercado. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A run, it's DiMercado. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Amari DiMercado punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals are back within a score. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
The extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Cardinals 7.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They begin the drive with Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Stafford. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Can't we score?
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They run off tackle right with Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And Stafford's going to take it himself. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there.
Ethan Evans
on now to punt. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
To throw, Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And on the left side here, Wilson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of
22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for a Cardinals.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Watson going to get this one out wide. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's DeMercado. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Brissett. He's got his target. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Cardinals first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Brissett. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Rams 10.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And you see zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
For the Rams.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
And the Cardinals, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. They go play action with Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Out of the gun, Brissett. It's brought in by Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Down to about the 22 here. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 3. Running, DeMercado. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Second and goal from the 1. Here's Knight on the handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Brissett now. Touchdown! Trey McBride from 3 yards out. And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. They're down in this part of the field, CD. They'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Now Ryland for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Short throw, it's Higbee. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Rams first down. A gain of 7. First down, Rams.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now it's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Throwing again at Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing, Brissett. Pass complete there to Harrison. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And they'll run on the inside handoff. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Brissett. That pass completed to Dortch. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
To throw is Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Brissett. They'll set up the screen to DeMercado. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Play fake, Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this 2nd half as we are about to get underway. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half,
How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
In motion, the tight end. Stafford. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here's Stafford. That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's another Rams first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
What is this? What are you doing? Man, come on.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. To throw is Stafford. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On play action, Brissett. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To throw, Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
He's taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 19. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Amari DiMercado with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So Ryland on for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Rams getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Play action. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Rams have cut the lead back down to 2.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Rams will...
They'll try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense and running back Amari DiMercato getting ready for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now Brissett. Now he's going to step up and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Brissett now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down. A gain of 27 on the play. And a Rams first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
First down.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kyron Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Cardinals 28.
So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
To throw is Brissett. They'll set up the screen to DeMercado. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
38-yard line.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Rams.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's Stafford. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cardinal offense takes back over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 107 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
First down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Brissett. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Adams the man in motion right. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Stafford. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Stafford now to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Brissett. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Here is third and quite a ways. Brissett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. We'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting this slip away.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Third down.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Rams first down. A gain of 12.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
They try the left side here with Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. A little juke. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Got his man, it's Dortch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
A 3-yard
And it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That pass completed to Dortch. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks,
And that one ended up going backwards.
On the carry, here's Knight. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll go with the keeper. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll run with Carter. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Brissett. This is caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. from a yard out. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Cardinals 35.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
In motion right is Smith. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford. He'll let this go for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back
just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Weaver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here comes second down at 5. Now Brissett. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Weaver. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Brissett. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. They find some open field here. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now a 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this one to Corum.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll run again.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Corum.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down.
That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll try and run. Corum. And he's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. Tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches, grind it out, and make sure that ball gets in the end zone? Who's it going to be? Let's go do it.
They snap it to Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Rams are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cardinals 35.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
On 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.